Okay, so today we're going to do a 2-in-1. We're going to do the 14th and the 15th from the LEGO Guardians of the Galaxy calendar. And day 14 is the Guardians of the Galaxy ship from Infinity War, right here. It's kind of a cool little build. I like the transparent blue on the back there. Kind of looks like afterburners or their hyperdrive or something. Yeah. Something that I'll be making a video on in addition to the 16th for the LEGO calendar tomorrow, it is I'll be showing off a mini haul video which will feature Doctor Strange 2016 on 4K as well as Top Gun Maverick on 4K. And then on Saturday, included with the 17th from the calendar, will be the Scream Factory Friday the 13th box set. But for now, here is the Guardian ship. And day 15 is a little candy cane lamppost of some sort. Kind of cute. They had to throw a holiday element in. So it's got a little red stud underneath there. So yeah, that is day 14 and 15. And I believe the build for tomorrow, or tomorrow's another build, but we'll get to that tomorrow. And in the meantime, this is all that I have to show is the ship and the candy cane. Yeah, and then on Saturday, along with the box set, I'll also be doing my first Never Seen It series, where I talk about something that I've seen either for the first time in a long time or the first time ever. Most of these are first time ever. Actually, they all are. They are all first time ever. So that will be going on Saturday as well, and that'll be a weekly thing that I do, at least until I've seen my entire collection. And knowing me, I'll be adding a lot to it in not a lot of time. So, in fact, tomorrow I might be going shopping, so there'll probably be a decent sized haul video tomorrow. But the stack of movies that I'll be doing my Never Seen It series on are right here. I still have, let's see, how many titles do I still need to watch? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I still need to watch 13 titles by Saturday. I can do it. I usually don't have to work till noon, so I could stay up extra late and watch them. And I'm probably going to do the video Saturday night. So I'll also have all day Saturday to watch them, unless I end up working on Saturday like I did last week, in which case I won't be able to watch any or very many on Saturday. But I'll probably start that video, the Never Seen It series, around, or start filming it around 7 p.m. I can already tell you that currently the worst of the batch is Rise of the Foot Soldier, the heist. And I'll get into that a little bit more on Saturday, but I did not like it. It only has a couple of little things going for it, and they're like blink and you'll miss it type things. So otherwise it's just a real like nasty like there's an excessive amount of swearing, we'll put it that way. And they use a fairly offensive term towards women a lot. So that's kind of why it's currently cemented at the worst of the batch, and I may end up getting rid of it, but I haven't decided yet. I'm wondering if I'll like it a little bit more on a rewatch, but I'm not holding out a whole lot of hope for it because it was not good. Just a little bit above that is probably 12 Years a Slave because, I mean, they use the N-word a lot, but it takes place in 1841 when slavery was still a thing. And so they would be calling their slaves the N-word. I will not say it. I know better. But it's offensive towards Black people, and I personally would never use it against someone unless I was like high on laughing gas or something. Then I'd be like, Edward. But I wouldn't know what I was saying at that point because I'd be high on the gas. So, on laughing gas. So, yeah. I did, however, like the story of 12 Years a Slave, and I couldn't tell you what Rise of the Foot Soldier is about, other than someone trying to steal up close to like I think $200,000-$300,000 or maybe even $1 million or something. It's bad. 12 Years a Slave can be hard to watch at times because there's slave cruelty, like people being whipped and whatnot, and abused in other manners. And that's hard to watch for someone who genuinely cares about people, like I do. So that one was a hard watch, but its rewatchability is not low, not high, somewhere in the middle. I'd probably watch it once every couple years or something, or maybe once every couple months. I mean, it is a good story. It's kind of like the Roots series. That one was also about slavery, and they use the N-word quite a bit. But yeah. Excuse me. 12 Years a Slave has 4 big names, 3 of which have been in Marvel properties. Michael Fassbender, Magneto. What's the guy's name? The lead character in this. Chiwetel Ejiofor, the guy on the cover. Him, Baron Mordo, Doctor Strange, and Multiverse of Madness. And then it also has Benedict Cumberbatch. Actually, there are 4 more Marvel names and 1 other name. Benedict Cumberbatch, of course, Doctor Strange himself. Paul Giamatti was the Rhino in Amazing Spider-Man 2 for like 2 seconds. And then Brad Pitt. I guess he's a Marvel name too because he was the Vanisher in Deadpool 2. Although you only actually see him for like 3 seconds when he gets electrocuted to death. So, yeah. So the 12 Years a Slave has a really good cast. it's just kind of hard to watch because of the slave brutality and of course all the N-words. I think the N-word's the only swear they use, or I take that back. They do use the D and I think D, H, and A words quite a bit, but N-word definitely takes the cake for frequency of use. But yeah, the movies in this that I still need to watch for my Never Seen It series are Puppet Master 2 through 5, Curse of the Puppet Master, Retro Puppet Master, Puppet Master The Legacy, and Puppet Master Axis of Evil, and as well as Killjoy 3 and Sideshow. One of the things on here, this one here, Demonic Toys 2, I want to try and get Demonic Toys 1 before watching 2, because I feel like that would make the most sense. Watching things out of order just doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, we had no choice when Star Wars was released, and Lord of the Rings for that matter, because The Hobbit takes place before Lord of the Rings, but came out after Lord of the Rings. Just like the prequel Star Wars trilogy came out after the originals. Although, me, probably like everybody closer to my age or older, saw the originals and then the prequels. Luckily, watching the originals, they tell a complete story just in themselves. Like, the prequels are kind of like filler in a way, like explaining what led to the originals. And then the sequel trilogy kind of like feeds off of the end of that one a little bit. I like how The Mandalorian is filling in the timeline between 6 and 7, because there's a 30-year gap of stories to be told between 6 and 7. And The Mandalorian season 1 takes place 9 years after the events of Return of the Jedi, number 6. I think season 2 is like 10 years after Return of the Jedi, because it feels like it's a year later after the events of season 1. And then I think season 3 is going to be a year after the events of season 2, and like maybe like 6 months after the events of Book of Boba Fett, which I kind of hope gets a second season, because Book of Boba Fett and Obi-Wan Kenobi were actually really good shows. Andor, hit or miss. The finale was great, and the first episode was pretty good. But I kept wanting them to explain what they were building in the prison sequences. If you've seen Andor, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, spoiler alert there, Andor does end up in prison. But I wanted to know what they were building there. It looked like parts for maybe a walker or something, but they never actually showed what they were building. It's like, okay, you're teasing us with, oh, we gotta get this stuff built up. And the prison guards some of the prison guards were in Imperial outfits, like Imperial officer garb. And it's like, okay, so they're building something for the Empire. But what is it? We don't know. If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably parts for the AT-AT, but they never explained it. Maybe there'll be a second season where it's like, oh hey, remember that stuff we were building in season 2 or season 1? Yeah, it's part of this. But I also was expecting there to be 16 episodes of Andor, and I think there were only like 12, so it was a bit shorter than I thought it would be. wow, I've gone off on a tangent. We started talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Legos, and now we're talking Star Wars. How did that happen? Blink, 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 blinkety, blink, 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 blink. Joker, Lego Batman movie. Or, yeah, Lego Batman movie. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, and I'll check back with you guys tomorrow with day 16, hopefully, and my 2 new 4Ks. Which I already have slots saved for, because I'm weird. I leave slots for things that I don't have yet. So